We all have projects we're ready to give up on. Let's talk about it. Last year, I started a project that was supposed to become a fully beaded top. One of the motifs was this octopus, a little design I really liked. But when I put the colors together, it just didn't feel right. The top looked off and couldn't figure out why, and honestly, I just wasn't happy with it. For a long time, I thought about just letting it go. The piece sat on my shelf for over a year with all my other unfinished experiments, but I couldn't completely abandon it. There was something about that octopus motif that I really wanted to see finished. So recently, I tried a different approach. Instead of forcing it into a top, I cut out the octopus and left a small border around it. My plan was to turn it into a front panel for a beaded pouch, something I could actually use. The space between the two motifs I'd already beaded wasn't wide enough to fit perfectly in the embroidery hoop, so I had to watch the thread tension really closely at the top and bottom, but honestly, that's nothing that scares me as a bead embroidery artist too much. To give the pouch a bit more structure, I added an interlining while beading. It made the fabric easier to work with as I filled the empty space with beads. Then I started building around the octopus, like small circles, waves, tiny color accents, just little things to give the design some movement. Choosing which beads to fill the border was like a tiny puzzle every time. It was frustrating at moments, but so satisfying to see it come together stitch by stitch. And slowly it turned into something completely new. A little pouch for all my tools and the random bits I usually lose at the bottom of my bag. I also added a lining this time, which I'm actually really proud of. It feels smooth, clean, and finished. And what I love about projects like this is that they rarely go the way you first imagine. Colors clash, shapes don't work, materials fight you, and that's actually okay. You let it sit, come back later, and somehow it ends up something better than you expected. Bead embroidery for me is part patience, part problem solving, and part intuition. Every stitch, every adjustment matters, but you also just have to trust yourself. Looking at this pouch now, I see the whole journey, the mistakes, the tweaks, the tiny wins along the way, and I love it, not just because it looks nice, but because it tells a story. Sometimes projects don't work how you think they will, but if you stick with them, even just a little, they can surprise you and turn into something practical, beautiful, and completely your own.